Hello everybody, East Philly here with another Firearms Friday vlog. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the standard followers in USGI mags with the Magpul enhanced self-leveling follower. First, let's look at why you should use one of these self-leveling followers. An older standard USGI mags, usually you'll see them with a green or a black follower. They are not what is called anti-tilt. What that means is that rounds can sometimes get stuck in there because the follower tilts forward and gets stuck like that. So obviously if something like this happens, a round that's in there is just going to kind of get stuck and float around. You don't want that to happen. Now it is pretty easy to fix when there's no rounds. You just tap it back, but it can cause problems with feeding. Say if something like that happened, if it just got kind of caught up, it's not going to feed correctly in the magazine until you take the ammo out and you get it fixed. Now I'm going to be using two different magazines here. We got a standard Colt USGI mag and an OK Industries USGI mag. Both OK and Colt are the standard contractors for military magazines that are the steel type, and they're very well tested. They're tested since I think Vietnam. They've been using Colt mags, and I'm not too sure how long OK's been a military manufacturer, but both of these have seen a lot of testing throughout different types of wars and conflicts and things like that. Now I did already change out one of these. As you can see, it has the polymer follower in there, and you can see when I push down the front, the whole follower goes into the magazine. There's no feeding issues or anything like that. It doesn't tilt, it just goes straight down. So let's take a look at the construction of the magazine in general. You have your typical mag body. You have your magazine catch. In the actual rifle, this is what catches so that when you insert the magazine, it will not drop until you push the magazine release button. You have your follower. Under the follower, you have your spring, and on the bottom, you have your base plate. So to change out the follower, you're going to have to remove the base plate, take out the spring and the standard follower, and then just replace it. You need to get a screwdriver in that little nook there. Depending on the magazine, it might be a little harder than others to get. So you get that in there, and you just slide it out. Keep your finger on top because that spring will start to come out. Just feed it on out. And you see the internals of the magazine. Now I found that the standard USGI mags have a little hole in the follower that the spring goes through, and that's actually the same in here. The new Magpul mags, they do have a little spot for that spring to go through and a spot in the back to catch the spring here, and that's really where the anti-tilt comes in, because when you push that down, the whole front of the spring kind of moves. Well, when you have that hole and that little groove there, it pushes the whole thing down instead, as well as the wider front base. This doesn't let it wiggle back and forth as much inside the magazine. It's a little bit deeper, but not really by much, and the back is definitely a lot different. You definitely see a lot of difference in the back here. The top's around the same width, and the construction isn't too different, other than you now have this little channel here, and that's going to run down into the mag, as so. You can see this channel kind of fits this front portion of the magazine, where this one kind of has a lot of room to move around. This one definitely is going to stay on track a little bit better. So to remove this, you can either try to pull the spring to the side. I can never really get it with just my hands. It's a little tough. So I used a screwdriver. I pushed it over, got the screwdriver under it, and just lifted it up out of the hole, and then pulled it out. Getting it back into this hole was a little difficult for me. You kind of want to get it set up close to where it needs to be, and either just tilt it in there or use the screwdriver again. Like I said, it's not greatly hard, but it's not really that easy either. Kind of just have to move it around and you'll get it. Reassembly of the magazine is not hard. Just make sure you know that the area that's slanted over here, that's going to be where the tips of the bullets are. So you want that on the opposite side of the feed lips. So make sure when you put that in, you do it in the correct direction. Feed the spring up in there. You see that it now comes up. And just try to make sure the spring doesn't fly out. It shouldn't go too far if it does, but you just really kind of annoying to try to find it. Slide this right back in. I'll do it again so you can see. I usually use that to push the spring down a bit, and it just slides right under those lips. It's a little tight to get back in, but it gives a little click when it is, and you're good to go. So now again you can see, here's a non-anti-tilt. Kind of just goes down there, and the new one pushes straight down with the whole mag. Now it will take some time to get it used to being in there. Again, these are a lot thicker, there's more material rubbing, so just kind of push it through a couple times just to kind of get the polymer seated and going, and after a mag or two is shooting, it should be good to go. Magpul also makes some self-lubricating springs that you can use when you replace these. I did not get those. I was just at Cabela's and I saw these followers. I figured, you know what, let me get it. I know that this magazine, that's why I have an X there, didn't really work well because the feed lip was bent. I kind of bent it back and I'm going to retest it. Hopefully that plus the follower kind of remedies the situation, but I'm also keeping an eye on this one. It's not going to be one of my go-to mags, definitely, just because it has had problems already and the feed lips aren't perfectly straight. So I just wanted to do that for testing in the future, but it seems like all of these have some good motion now. It's definitely not as bad as that tilt. You saw this one, I can just slap it and it would start working. This one, you kind of have to work it around a bit for it to get back in there. Well, that's it for this video, everybody. If you'd like to give it a like, if you dislike it, give it a dislike. If you did dislike it, that's okay, but please let me know in the comments why, so I can make this channel better for both you and me. If you have any other suggestions for videos you'd like to see in any of my genres that I do, please let me know and I'll try to make them. I hope everybody had a great week. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you all later.